So this next phase that we're about to enter into is very, very important. It's very tedious. It takes a lot of time and patience, and I need you guys to get it right. So I need you guys to grab your pen and your papers and jot down everything that I'm gonna talk about in this next part of this series. So if you're ready, let's just get started. Hello fam, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Gabby Mack. Welcome again. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. Let me stop. Okay guys, so this is the How to Move to Ghana Like a Pro series that I'm doing. So if you guys have already checked out the part 1 and the part 2, which was the getting started part of this series, then you guys have made it through the first part. All right, so in this video, we are naming it, we are finally doing it. So you are finally actually making the move to Ghana. This is after doing your research, after doing your homework, after thinking about everything, the mental aspect, the money aspect, where you're gonna live, the transportation that you're gonna take, everything, the business, how you're gonna make money. You have considered all of these steps. So this is the next phase. You are finally doing it. So what is the next step after making this decision? So the next steps is we're going to jump into documentation, which is very, very, very important. Of course, we cannot just come to a whole nother country without making sure that our documentation is in place. So this is really, really, really important, especially for my diasporans, if you do not have Ghanaian citizenship. So this is very, 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 very important. So passport, of course, is what you're gonna need. That's the number one thing. If you don't have your passport, I don't know what you're waiting for. That means you don't be outside, you don't be traveling. You need to get your passport, okay? So if you are in US, of course, you can apply for your passport through the post office. It definitely takes a while. I did it when COVID was still happening. So it took about, I think 7 weeks, and I even had to expedite it because it was just taking too long. I'm sure most of that has changed now since a lot of things are back in order. So I'm pretty sure it's the normal 4 to 6 weeks for you to get it. You can also pay extra for the expedite, of course. So of course you just fill out the application, put in your passport pictures, pay for the fee, send it through the post office, and when everything is done, they will mail it back to you. So that's the whole passport process. If you have a Ghana passport already, even better. You don't need any, you don't need to travel with, well, I would travel with my US passport and my Ghana passport together, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But if you do have your Ghana passport, you can skip this part of getting a visa. So for those of you that are interested in coming and you want to apply for a visa to come, I've mentioned it in one of my previous videos. I will leave the link below so you guys can follow it step by step, but I'll just briefly talk about the process. Of course, you need to apply through the Ghana consulate or the Ghana embassy, and they have 3 locations in the US. They have one in New York, they have one in DC, and they have one in Houston. So last time when I applied for the visa, I hadn't had my Ghana passport yet, so I used it. I got my visa through the Houston location. Someone did definitely tell me that they tried calling them and they were not getting through to any of the embassies, actually, not even just only Houston. My advice to you is just go through the online process. It's very simple, very easy. Just follow the step-by-step directions they give to you, and you will be perfectly fine how to submit everything. At the end of the day, you're gonna mail it, and then they're gonna mail everything back to you. So if you have everything in place, it should be a very smooth, easy process if you follow everything that they give you, all the details that they give you, from you know, making sure your itinerary is part, having your passport part, having the passport photos, the fee that you're gonna pay, whether you're using a money order. I think they don't take checks. I think they take only money orders. So all of that is in that, you know, in those instructions, which I will leave the link below to the website, so you guys can just apply right through it. So you don't need to call them, you don't need to go there. I mean, if you have access to it, fine, but you can just do everything online. You will get it in time. It usually takes up to 2 weeks for you to receive it. So if you're trying to get it faster, of course you're gonna probably have to expedite it, but you need to consider all of this before you're traveling. It's the whole point of this, you know, this segment. when you know exactly when you're ready to travel is when you need to start preparing for all of these. So some of these things may delay and things. So if you don't want them to be too close to when you're traveling, you need to actually start putting all of these things in place as soon as possible. I know for the Ghana visa, you can't apply until you actually have your itinerary. So that would take us into, flights and things. But before I jump into flights, one more thing. I know some people ask about permits and things when you're coming to Ghana. So when you enter into Ghana at the immigration, they stamp you for 60 days. And that's if you don't have a Ghana passport. So any other passport that you're traveling with, if so long as you have the visa inside, they will stamp you for 60 days. I recommend that you get the multi-visa and not the one entry visa because you can only use it once, which doesn't make sense. Get the multi-visa. You can either get it for 3 years or 5 years, which is pretty simple, and I think it's the same price. I think it's $100 or $120. So I recommend that you get the multi-visa. With the multi-visa, when you get to immigration at the airport, they will stamp you for 60 days only. So it's saying that you are allowed to be in the country for 60 days. And if you want to leave and come back to re-enter, it's a possibility. Now we all know ain't nobody doing that, because I sure enough didn't do that. So what you can do is some people, if they like stay over a month or two, they just go to the airport when they're leaving and then just pay the penalty for overstaying. I always skip that step and I just go to the immigration office and I pay the penalty and tell them this is why I overstayed, or I don't even think they never asked me why I overstayed. Anyways, so you pay the penalty and then you pay for an extension for however many more days or weeks you will be here in Ghana. So if you are permanently moving, of course you need a resident permit. So I've never gone through the resident permit process. I've looked at the form briefly to look at things that you may need. I'll definitely still leave all that details below. If you're of course if you're not of Ghanaian descent and you don't have any ties to Ghana, maybe you're not married to a Ghanaian or anything like that, the resident permit is definitely applying to you. So definitely look into that. That's a that's a homework assignment for you to look at the details and all of that to apply, because I know you have to either be there for work or you have a business or something along those lines that you can use to apply for the resident permit. So that's something that you should also consider. So with that being said, we jump into the flight segment of when you've gotten all your documentations in place and you're buying a flight to Ghana. Guys, pay very close attention to this detail. If you are coming to Ghana, when you finally made your decision that you're coming, I suggest that you come during a low season time. The low season times would be anywhere from February to about May. But even sometimes in between February and May, around March and April, it can go up. The prices can skyrocket and then they can come back down because of Easter. Then after that, to May, it's usually okay. Now you hit from June to August, of course, it's summertime, it's hot, families are traveling, so prices also skyrocket as well. Then you go back to low season again, which is usually from September to like mid-November and sometimes beginning December. So I think it's best to travel around these times. Less people on the flights, less chaos, tickets are much cheaper. And when I mean cheaper, it can be cheaper. I clearly remember coming to Ghana in 2017 with my family, and we were buying a ticket, and the agent told us that we had the option to either leave on the 30th of May or leave the 1st of June. When he told us the price difference, we chose May very quickly. So in May 30th, he said the price was $950. And if we left June 1st, it was $1,500. So if you see the gap between that, you understand why I say come through the low seasons. Now, of course, there's so many ways for how you can purchase your tickets. Some people still use travel agents. Personally, I don't use that anymore. The last time I used one was in 2017 when I was coming with my family, because we were hoping to get at least like a family discount, and we wanted to travel through Delta, which was a direct flight, so that's why we used the agent. So using the agent at that time made sense. The price was better. However, now with so many different websites that are available, of course, you can just buy your ticket online. So I personally always use Skyscanner. It's really one of my favorite websites to use when I'm buying flights, because they will give you tons of different options. Of course, it's like Expedia and Travelocity and all these other websites, but I really like Skyscanner. A trick that you can definitely use if you are also looking for flights is to use a VPN while you're searching. So if you put your VPN on, put that you're in a different country and see the prices that they give to you. So that's definitely a trick. I actually learned this trick on TikTok, and I think it actually really works. So try to do that, because sometimes when you search for the flight today and then you search for another 2-3 days, you see that you're getting the same results, because now even if you go on different websites, they're all giving you the same prices, because now the companies know that you are specifically looking to travel on this specific date, this specific time, and to this specific country. So that's definitely a trick that you guys should definitely try when you're looking to buy your ticket to come to Ghana. Personally, I never really know when I'm leaving, so I always just buy a one-way flight, and when I decide when I want to go back, then I'll buy my return flight. So a one-way flight is usually what I always, purchase. So like I said, try Skyscanner. They give you so many different options and things like that. So I think that's definitely something that you should keep in mind. So now you know about the flight. You got your flight. Your documentation is possibly in process, or you've already received it. Now the next thing you need to know is about the travel rules and bans, of course, because of COVID and things. A lot of things have changed, and some things already have been in place. So a lot of people ask me about the yellow fever vaccination. So it's something that has been a requirement to come to Ghana for years. I know some airlines are very particular about it, that they won't even let you leave the country till they actually see it. But I feel like now it's not really much of a big deal, because COVID has, of course, overtaken everything. I suggest that you take it if you have the option to take it wherever you are, or you also have the option of reaching to Ghana and taking it at the airport. So that's also another option. I know the vaccination is pretty pricey, and a lot of insurance don't cover it. So most people like to just wait to when they come to Ghana and take it, which is also an option for you if that's what you want. On top of that, now the COVID test, of course, you still need a negative result in order to travel to Ghana. So you need to take that test within 72 hours. I know a lot of people were confused when they were first traveling here. It's like the 72 hours, is it from the day you took it, or is it from the day you receive your results? So when I got to Ghana, I found out that it was from the day that you took the test. So you need to calculate when, from the day you took it to the day you're going to actually arrive in Ghana. So at least the day you arrive in should be day 3. So think about that. So if you're leaving on a Friday, I would suggest to take your test on either the Thursday. Yes, you can either take it Wednesday or Thursday, but I think Thursday would be better, so you get your results that Friday morning before you travel, so that everything is within the time. So when you arrive, you're set. Of course, you also have to fill out the health declaration form. I did a video on this. I'll definitely link that also for you guys, where I showed you the whole process, what I did, the 10 things that you need to know to prepare before you are coming to Ghana. Of course, things are a little bit more light now because a lot of people are vaccinated. However, some people have been asking me that if you are vaccinated, do you still need to take the test? According to the health ministry in Ghana, you definitely still have to take a test. Even if you've been vaccinated, you need to still show a negative result before you can travel into the country and even out the country. So keep that in mind. Just because you're vaccinated does not mean that you can fly without. You definitely need to. Of course, you still have to wear masks and things on the flights, and when you arrive, you will go through the test when you arrive. So you have to prepay for your test, which I've searched online, and it still says $150. I've heard that people are saying that if you are a Ghanaian citizen and you can prove that, the price is cheap. I don't know. I'm not too certain on those, he say, she say stuff. I suggest that you just pay through the Health Frontier. I think it's healthfrontier.com if I'm not mistaken. I'll leave that also. And then you can pay your $150 there. And then when you arrive to the airport, of course, you take your test. go through immigration and the whole 9 yard. So that is the next phase of the whole coming to Ghana. So now you finally made a decision. These are the next things that you need to consider when you are arriving. So I hope this stuff is also helpful. Like I said in the previous videos, if you want to talk to me specifically about anything, if you have any questions, or maybe you're not sure how to fill out some forms, or you're not sure what websites to visit, you can definitely shoot me an email, or you can leave a comment below, and I'll try to interact as much as possible with you guys and get all the details that you guys need. So we are gradually moving along, guys. So if you have reached this far, that means you are really serious, and I'm excited for you, because like you're almost there. You're almost literally about to be here. So I hope this was helpful. I see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share. Give me that thumbs up. Don't forget, when you hit the notification bell, to make sure you select all, notify me for all videos, so that anytime I drop a video, you will be aware of it. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.